But my question is, you guys talked about your paths and how different they are. And one thing that I'm struggling with now is like imposter syndrome and like seeing friends who I know in the industry already, like getting jobs, and other people who I know that are graduating in May, like me, having jobs set up. So how do you guys like try and like not feel that imposter syndrome when you've gone about your journey and your path in this business?
First of all, I don't think anyone who is good at what they do and wants to keep getting better ever feels completely solid. I think that if you feel like, oh, I've got it made, I'm great, I don't need to work anymore, or change anything or try any harder, that's when you start losing, and that's when you've kind of already lost. So I think that being gentle with yourself, and when you feel that way, acknowledging that it's just a sign of your drive and your desire to improve. I will also say that I think no matter what level you get to, comparing yourself to other people is always going to be something that you have to fight the urge to do. It is so natural. Even I'll go on Instagram and I'll look at someone who I might think is maybe in a position that I would like to be in, or having an opportunity that I would like to have, or it's just a high profile one. And I have to think to myself, do you actually want that, Charlotte? Or do you just like that they are getting the validation? And is that, you have to be really honest with yourself, and you have to look at yourself and think in your sort of ugliest moments, like, what am I actually feeling? And no, there is someone, I guarantee you, Reese, who is looking at you being like, man, Reese really has it made. Like, he's done this, he's done that. Like, you need to keep perspective. I know that for anyone I look at and might have those twinges, envy isn't about the person that you're looking at. It's about yourself. And so if you can turn the mirror and be like, okay, what does that say that I want? It's a great gauge for telling you what your drive is and where you want to be. And then you can separate the other person completely and just be happy for them, because you're like, oh, this is just telling me information about myself. And I think that it's really critical to even just take breaks, like set time limits on Instagram. Like, don't look. Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, and that's where, to what Kendall had asked about, we have bad days all the time. And I might look at Twitter and have a bunch of mentions that I'm an idiot. And then I get one DM from someone like Kendall. And it's like, and I can't tell you how many times I've gotten that and replied to the person being like, I can't tell you how much I needed to hear that today. Thank you so much. And so I think just taking care of yourself and separating yourself and knowing that you're doing everything right, and something is going to break if you keep pushing against that door.
The biggest facade that we have in society today is social media and Instagram. So you notice that people don't always put up their pain on social media. They put up how well they're doing, but they're going through stuff as well too. So you got to put that in perspective. They don't always put up, oh, I'm having a bad day. I just learned how to do it myself, going through my own therapy, because of all the issues I had in the past. I'm like, I refuse to just put up great things about myself on social media. So if you see my Instagram page, you'll see the good. You also see that I'm having bad days, because if I'm going to be a role model or an example out there, I want people to know that they're not alone, that you're not going to always have a utopia. It's not always going to be, rainbows and unicorns. It's not always going to be that way. So first and foremost, take a break from all that and realize that no matter how great they seem they're doing, they're not doing as great as they seem like they're doing on social media, right? And those same people are also looking at you, Reese, and saying, wow, I wish I could do what Reese is doing. They wish they could take bits and pieces from your life as well. So when you talk about imposter syndrome, first and foremost, brother, believe in you. Believe in you. There is only one you. God made your DNA and nobody else has your DNA, right? So there is something that's unique about you that nobody else can duplicate, they can't replicate, and they can't even fake it good enough, because it's who you are, right? So if you know deep down inside this is what you want to do, how you want to do it, and how you're going to pursue it, then do it. Because what is for you is for you. I'm very spiritual when it comes to that. What is meant for you will be for you. And don't look at what they have and just, hey, congratulations. Make that part of your hunger, brother. Make that your hunger. That's like, you know what? He got his. I can't wait to get mine, because mine is coming. So believe in you. So I don't ever want to see you put your head down right now to this day, man. I hope if I never see you again, I hope you will promise me right now that you will keep your head up, that you will keep your shoulders back, that you will keep your chest out and know that it's coming for you if you really want it, if you believe it, bro. I grew up in a small town in Bessemer, Alabama. Didn't have a lot growing up at all. Went into the military, didn't have a hope in the future. I had people, even my best friends, telling me, you'll never be on television. You got to sound a certain way. You got to act a certain way to do it. I had relatives telling me I couldn't do it. I believed in me at the bottom, at the end of the day, man. So Reese, believe in you. I believe in you. So you need to believe in yourself. Who can you expect to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself, brother? Right? So forget about what they're doing. Care about what you're doing. Every day you look in the mirror and say, I care about this man right here. I can applaud them and I will appreciate them and I will support them. But before you do all that stuff, all that great energy, put most of the energy in you. Last point. You have to breathe, brother. Because if you don't breathe and you watch you're gonna suffocate. Because when the plane is going down, right? And I know I'm throwing all these crazy analogies out here, but this is important because I need you to hear me right now. I'm looking right at you. I don't care about nobody else, right? Take care of you first. Take care of you first, right? When the plane is going down, what do they say? They say when the oxygen mask come down, right? You put your oxygen mask on first before you place it on the kids, whatnot. Take care of you, man. Well, and you can't help other people breathe if you're suffocating. You understand what I'm saying? So once again, take care of your mental. I'm sorry. I know it went long, bro.
I love it.
Patrick, I'm gonna need the recording of this so I can play that back to myself when I'm feeling down.
No, you play it to yourself. I said it. Now you put it in your head and say it to yourself. And don't ever. I don't even want this. I had to look up imposter syndromes. I didn't even know what it was, bro. Or whatever I had to look it up. Don't ever use that term ever again. Ever. Can you promise me that, brother?
I can promise you that.
And if you need something, you can call me. I guarantee you'll answer. All right? I'm there for you, bro.
Appreciate it. Reese, I'm not going to try to follow that, but I'm just going to say one thing. I've been at Fox for 28 years, and I still have days where I feel like I'm good at my job, but I feel like I'm good at my job at Fox just because I've learned how to work there, and I'm like, I even doubt myself. If I go somewhere else, would I be able to do my job there? Because I've just figured out how to work here. We all have doubts. So you gotta, we're all in this together. And the point about social media, that it only shows one side of it. And we all have bad days. Some people are better at hiding it than others, but we all have bad days.
Yeah.
Also, one other thing, my therapist likes to say, if you're lucky, life is long. And so don't always enjoy where you are and appreciate what you've done to get there. And, look forward as a sense of, okay, I know I want to get somewhere, and that can be very motivating, but also it's not always about the next thing. Sometimes it's about, all right, what can I do right now? Because what you're doing right now is when the next thing will show up and totally, totally shock you.
Great work, Reese. Reese, once again, you showed up, buddy. This is back-to-back years, man. You're an alumnus.
It's crazy to think.
Believe in you, Reese. I believe in you, bro.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that so much.
All of you have this.
All right.